The 60-year-old discusses his relationships with Weston Kal-el and August and his parenting with 3 women. Are you sure you proposed to your wife via FaceTime? Yes. Stop saying that. Just don't say it that way. Very adorable. I like love tales. I want to kneel and deliver the black diamond ring. A standard Hollywood love story quickly became a different narrative. Famous actor Nicolas Cage, one of the greatest and most interesting movie stars, is our first guest tonight, Oscar-winning ghostwriter. His next role is Nick and Nicolas Cage in The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. Friday marks its cinema debut. Nice to have Nicolas Cage here. He loved his Korean maid. Their romance impacted his life and sparked discussion. Despite being 20 years apart, they married. Many were curious and raised eyebrows. Nicolas too old for her? How has their marriage evolved? Join us in this fairy tale-like love story as we seek answers. A novel romance. This plot sounds like a movie or children's book from any angle. This is the catch. Absolutely true. Nicolas Cage portrays many intense roles, which is why we love him. He went to eat in a restaurant wanting to eat well. Then someone surprised him and changed his life most unexpectedly. In 2004, 52-year-old Nicolas Cage met Alice Kim. Nick proposed to Alice, 32, after 2 months of dating. In August, they would have been 12 years married. This Louisiana waitress was unique. She was special. That smile or her easy stroll may have done it. It affected Nicolas nonetheless. When he saw her, they clicked. Yes, they were from different backgrounds. Alice was a normal girl trying to make ends meet with a normal job and salary. Nicolas Cage was so famous from his many hit movies that he was recognized by dozens of people. Despite this, he liked her everyday charm. But something about this love story offended folks. Return to discover out. Alice was 19 and Nicolas 40. Just imagine the age gap till we discuss it. Alice was likely as surprised as everyone else that he was interested. Think about it. Someone like Timothée Chalamet, Sydney Sweeney, or Austin Butler approaches you on a Monday morning at work and says they like you. It would be the most magnificent sight. We've mentioned Nicolas' global fame and unmistakable charisma. Despite his fame, he pursued an unlikely target. Most people think Nicolas would target other stars like him. He's kind and talented. I consider him friend. We'll do what next? You mean what? He had done this before, but he chose an ordinary person? Someone from another world. They shared more than they differed. Nicolas wasn't deterred by their diverse backgrounds or 20-year age gap. Koreans rarely date somebody much older than them, according to friends. This alarmed Alice's parents. Nicolas and Alice persisted. Nicolas was willing to follow his emotions because love worked differently for him. Their relationship developed swiftly. It was more than a crush or casual romance. Alice was exceptional because she made Nicolas feel like his life was new again. They risked suspicions and scrutiny regarding their relationship. 2 months after meeting, Alice accepted Nicolas' marriage proposal. They married on a Northern California ranch in late that year in a simple ceremony. He's doing 2 things at once because he's telling us the huge famous story and you're starting with. Guys, I'm calling it the wedding of the decade even though it's July, apart from Hollywood's nosy individuals. This simple, emotional incident eloquently demonstrated their love. Romances, especially with celebrities, aren't always simple. Their ages and lifestyles differ, receive much attention. Numerous folks wondered if their relationship could take the continual scrutiny. Alice had to adjust to a life she never expected when she became famous, as if a cat suddenly gained wings. The king wasn't built to fly. Nicolas balanced being a good husband with other commitments. He helped Alice adjust to her weird new existence. This proved their relationship was more than a crush. Even though it was unlikely, they lived together. Their 2005 son Kal-el made them happier. Since Nicolas Cage likes Superman, the name made logical. Kal-el, his son with Alice, symbolized their love and future. A previous relationship made Nicolas a dad, but welcoming Kal-el with Alice was a new beginning for him. Children strengthened their relationship and gave their lives significance. They appeared to have a beat. Nicolas regularly praised Alice for making his life steady and cheerful. Their marriage was clearly founded on love and respect. Even though some didn't believe, the gang did well. They joked, supported each other, and loved their boy. In a world where prosperity brought disorder, Alice was Nicolas's rock. She kept him focused during chaos. Cracks appeared over time. Their predicament made their relationship issues worse than those of many couples trying to maintain it. They struggled because they were observed. Nicolas worked hard, and they were different ages. In 2016, nothing Nicolas believed would ever happen happened. 12 years of marriage ended in divorce. Nicolas Cage and Alice Kim split. The actor's agent confirms to ET that they haven't been together since January. Many followers were heartbroken since their relationship felt like a unique story of love triumphing. Nicolas and Alice kept their breakup reasons private. They weren't breaking up because they didn't like each other. Instead, it seemed to have developed from 2 people naturally moving apart. Especially considering their lives are so different, they co-parented their son after divorce, showing they still respected each other. Given how much they loved each other and how rapidly their relationship evolved, one would question how Nicholas could have loved anyone else before Alice. Everyone seemed unable to beat her after that. We'll discuss Nicholas's other marriages to illustrate. Stay tuned as we dig further. Nicolas Cage married Patricia Arquette, a gorgeous woman, initially. For Nicholas and Patricia Arquette, falling in love and marrying was unusual. It started with a big, humorous turn that could only happen in dreams and thoughts, where everything can happen. Nicole and Nicholas fell in love in 1987 after meeting in a cafe. He didn't just approach her and express his feelings. Instead, he did something insane. He was rash to ask her to marry him right away, according to most. The actor never does things halfway, so that seemed appropriate. In 2018, Patricia revealed Nicholas asked her on a quest in an interview. Nick said, "Give me a list of 10 things, like a quest, and I'll get them all. Then you'll marry me." He should be able to marry her. Patricia, however, complicated matters. Instead of saying yes or no, she offered him a crazy list of challenging chores to perform to win her over. She probably believed this was a lovely way to dismiss him. Imagine her amazement when Nicholas didn't back down and started going through her list. It was no ordinary list. JD. It was supposed to be tough to find, possibly an uncommon black orchid. Salinger. She meant good luck with that, but she assumed he'd give up and go on. However, Nicholas saw it as a test of his love depth. He didn't finish all the jobs, but his hard work and perseverance must have been recognized because they came back in touch years later. Patricia understood his devotion wasn't a facade by then. That was his true self. The couple married in April 1995. Their wedding was a small, family-style party, not a Hollywood affair. Their relationship was lively. There were thrilling highs and lows that make stories interesting. Patrick and Nicholas were each artists. Their marriage was exciting and tough since they were artistic and independent. They enjoyed their uncanny similarities, but they also made it hard to find common ground. Their time together flew by. Nicholas, with his large personality, and Patricia, who was more grounded and thoughtful, were both interesting, but they didn't get along. They were connected when they laughed, went on excursions, and had meaningful conversations only two distinct individuals could have. However, two strong-willed persons typically have issues. Their differences, which first united them, sometimes divided them. Their marriage failed despite their obvious chemistry. The next year, they divorced after splitting up in 2000. They split without scandals or disputes. Even though they crossed paths, they seemed to recognize their paths were intended to diverge. After breaking up, Nicholas and Patricia discussed their relationship respectfully. They realized they were better off apart despite their profound affinity. I learned a lot from them, from each. I love them all. Although they loved one another, their marriage didn't continue as long as his and Alice Kim's. Nicholas's second marriage, how it went. There must have been electricity when Nicolas Cage met Lisa Marie Presley. This electricity can only exist between two famous people who like each other. I don't know who I'll meet at parties. A gorgeous girl in a short leather skirt stands in the living room. She's wearing a puffy jacket and staring at me with wide, deep eyes. Lisa wasn't ordinary. Her last name was undoubtedly familiar when you heard it. With enough time, you could guess who it is. Being Elvis Presley's only daughter makes Lisa Marie's background and mystery unique. Add Nicholas's dramatic flair. People were curious about your relationship because of how you two were together. Both had famous lives. In celebrity land, they ruled. That item they had in common may have made them feel instantly connected. This was no quiet love tale. Nicholas ruled major moves back then, and his dramatic flair was unmistakable. It sucked us in every time he appeared on TV. These aspects of his life may have drawn him to Lisa Marie's charm and nobility from her famous family. They seemed to love the drama and tension of being together. This couple did not get lost in the crowd. Everyone wanted to see the storm. Their relationship was miserable. Their relationship began with fierce disagreements and moving on. Seeing their love tale in movies made them seem like a horrible pair. People were furious and never compromised. As renowned couples pretended to have troubles to stay popular, theirs wasn't an act. It was their nature. Despite difficulties, they married in August 2002. The ceremony was unexpected but expected. They married, showing how much they loved each other, even if it wasn't easy. They had a rocky relationship and marriage. Intense highs and lows. Both were energetic and had strong personalities. That marriage was interesting but full of arguments. The sparks that brought them together occasionally became uncontrollable fires. Some claimed Nicholas liked Lisa Marie because she was linked to Elvis. Elvis was his lifelong passion, but the ghostwriter actor said it wasn't why he didn't marry her. You can see how the Presley name made their connection more desirable. Lisa Marie didn't like the spotlight. Sounds like he made them complete. I can't describe him. She spoke and moved differently than Nicholas and was just as interesting. As everyone knows, their marriage ended quickly. Nicolas loudly requested a divorce 107 days after their wedding. Many were stunned by the choice, but many close to the pair may not have been. They later described their romance as a whirlwind. Nicolas suggested they may have married too quickly and parted. It was beautiful and fascinating, yet unstable and hard to control. They seemed to appreciate each other after breaking up. Lisa Marie later admitted that they felt bonded but couldn't make it work. He and Alice Kim are very close and love one another because his marriage to Alice was better. After splitting from Alice, let's examine Nicolas's weddings. Wedding after Alice Kim. A relationship between Nicolas Cage and Erica Koich was revealed. It was like a Hollywood story everyone wants to talk about but nobody sees coming. Erica wasn't famous. It made everything more intriguing. Even though her life was extremely different from Nicolas's, their relationship appeared spontaneous and emotional. She did cosmetics, they were seen together occasionally sparking suspicions and inquiries, but they usually kept their relationship private. Because it was mysterious, people were curious. March 2019 saw a rapid transition. Nicolas and Erica headed to Las Vegas to marry. Nicolas Cage may leave Las Vegas with less money, because he married her for 4 days. This was unusual for Nicolas Cage, as were many other things. Wedding planning and joy were minimal. This was one of Nicolas's spontaneous decisions, given his propensity for doing things his way. What occurred next in Las Vegas stunned everyone. Nicolas requested a divorce 4 days after the wedding. 4 days. That's crazy. No, now wants him to pay for their divorce. Wow. Page 6 alleges that Cage requested his 35-year-old wife Erica for an annulment. He married her intoxicated in Sin City 4 days earlier. This was more like a movie plot twist than real life. Nick Cage, however, has never followed the rules. By filing the annulment so fast, many questions were raised and more details emerged. Nicolas said he wasn't paying attention since he and Erica had been drinking before the wedding. He called the marriage a mistake and stated it shouldn't have happened. Marriage was clearly not meant to be when it was decided. Both seemed to understand after the excitement subsided, seemed resistant to the annulment. She apparently requested spousal support during the proceedings, making the situation even stranger. Starting annulment became divorce. It felt more like a roller coaster than a breakup. Karika and Nick should sue for each day she was married. She simply wants a divorce, not an annulment for cash. As expected considering Nicolas's remarkable past, it was messy, unpredictable, and dramatic. It was funny despite being insane. Nick agreed, and he later thought about the marriage with sadness and shock. He's comfortable admitting them. He may not have had the best moment, but it was another colorful thread in his life. He married Erica Koich briefly, but it was heated and ended abruptly. Some wanted a long-lasting love story, but that didn't happen. However, it was a narrative people kept telling. This scene defied expectations, like all Nicolas Cage movies. It indicated that his life and acting are abnormal and that Alice may be his partner. However, his next marriage looks nice. Stay put while we look. Nicolas Cage's life was incredibly active and unpredictable. He felt refreshed after meeting Riko Shibata. "Riko, I love you and want to spend my life with you. I told her via FaceTime. Will you marry me?" "Yes," she said. Next new connection was unexpected and no one knew. Riko was youthful and lively, not part of Hollywood's chaotic scene. The 26-year-old woman was 31 years younger than him. This differed more than Nicolas and Alice. It didn't worry them that they were different ages. Her tranquility and grace complemented Nicolas's fervor. It was unexpected and natural. Dating began in 2020. Struggled with doubt. Despite living far apart amid a global pandemic, Nicolas and Riko fell in love in Shiga, Japan. Even though many of them couldn't travel together, they stayed in touch, proving love can flourish under the harshest circumstances. Nicolas instantly realized Riko was essential to him. He proposed via FaceTime again, showing his love. He has always been like this. "I used FaceTime because the lockout prevented me from seeing here." Even this new spin on an ancient act fit a man who has always done things his way. On February 16, 2021, they married. A small, private gathering at the Wynn Hotel in Las Vegas. Unlike his fast marriage to Erica Koich, this one was deliberate and personal. The day was chosen for its significance, Nicolas's late father August Coppola's birthday. This demonstrated his value of family and tradition. The rite combined Catholic and Shinto practices. That indicated they appreciated each other's backgrounds. Nicolas, who is always yearning for love, stated Riko made him happy, indicating a deeper bond. Marrying her changed Nicolas's life. He felt peaceful for the first time in a while. Ricky. She made him feel comfortable and cozy with her peaceful beauty. Their ease was evident when they were together at openings or walking around. Nicolas' reputation and the unusual things that came with marrying someone so different from him didn't worry Riko. It seems she accepted and supported him. While maintaining her identity, they provided further good news in early 2022. The couple was having their first kid. Nicolas enjoyed his new fatherhood. He had 2 sons from previous relationships. Their daughter August Francesca Coppola Cage was born fall that year. Nicolas honored his father again by her name, showing his family devotion. The arrival of August offered them greater joy and enhanced their bond as parents. Nicolas has openly called Rico a stable element of his life during their partnership. It appears their marriage is discreet yet powerful, shared respect and a willingness to experiment. Nicolas has had many ups and downs, so his marriage to Rico indicates that he believes in love and is willing to keep looking for it, no matter how insane. Rico's distinct contribution to Nicolas' life is evident even as their story develops. Their relationship feels new and long-lasting. Everyone has love, family, and hopes. You can see why Nicolas considered this part of his life one of the happiest. They're always together, whether at a red carpet event or having fun in private. We'll examine how it compares to Nicolas's marriage to Alice. Would Nicolas love Alice more than any other wife? Comment what you think. Please share, like, and follow for more. Also, click the next video. Enjoy it.